When I started this computer science journey, I thought it was going to be one thing, but I was so mistaken. I started coding in 2021, and before then, I was a broke college dropout. By some magic, I was going to become a multi-millionaire by investing in crypto. As you can see today, that did not happen. Instead, now I'm a broke college student trying to solve a bug on line 34 while there's only 33 lines in my code. While I am happy with how things turned out for me, as I'm entering my third year in my computer science program, I've coded multiple freelancing projects for long-term and short-term contracts, and I've been able to build an amazing community of over 80,000 software developers who are passionate about coding. And while all of that is nice, there's definitely a few things I wish I knew before I started my coding journey that I'd like to share with someone who's on theirs or about to start their coding journey. Now, the first one is very obvious, but it caught me off guard, and I feel like it is not talked about enough. And it's that if you think that when you are going into this field, you're going to be some superstar hacker like you see in the movies, go ahead and take that vision out of your head. When I first enrolled into my computer science program, I thought I was going to be hacking, breaking into databases, creating some amazing cool stuff. But then I joined my Comp Sci 101 class, and I hope you can imagine the disappointment when my professor had me making a menu for a coffee shop. Here's a fair warning that the expectations definitely do not meet the reality. Now, speaking of a reality check, let's talk about the learning curve, as this perfectly brings us into our second point, which is you are going to feel like an absolute moron. If you're like me and you joined computer science with no prior coding experience, when it comes to like your second or third computer science class, you're going to feel like you don't know anything. And the reason for that is a lot of people who join this computer science program are people who have found interest in codings in as early as elementary school, some in middle school, and even in high school. So while people are talking sometimes in your classes, it will definitely sound like they are speaking a whole nother language, which they kind of are. Now, the only way I know how to combat this feeling of feeling so behind your classmates is by putting in extra work outside of your classes and your student hours that you would normally be studying. A good way that I did this is I actually started this entire community, and my Instagram and social media pages was by creating content of me coding. You'll see right here, I'll put it beside me, you see where I coded for 100 days straight, and I posted it on social media just so that I can have some type of edge and kind of catch up to my classmates. And whether you document it on social media or not, your main focus should definitely be spending a lot of time learning outside of your classes and building projects and doing things outside of the curriculum. Now, here's the third thing that I wish I would have known, and I want to share with you guys, is this is definitely not a get rich quick scheme. With Instagrammers, TikTokers, and YouTubers flaunting how much money they make after their first year of graduating from their computer science program, showing that they make six figures and above, it's very easy for people to want to join this program solely just to earn that money. Now, while I don't completely disagree with the fact that people are trying to join this space to earn money, because at the end of the day, bills have to get paid regardless. But I do know that if you're doing something that you don't have that much interest in, you are going to have a much harder time staying consistent with some of the coding goals that you may have for yourself. And one thing that people don't talk about is the truth is software engineering is one of the hardest majors that you can pick. And if you really don't find any type of joy in it, you're going to find it hard to find that motivation to really build projects outside of your student hours. And another thing I'd like to talk about when it comes to the pay is that a lot of people going into the computer science field have this very unrealistic expectation of how much money they should be earning right out of the gate. The truth is, after you graduate college, it is very unlikely that you are going to be making six figures right out the gate, especially in this market. While yes, it's possible because software engineering is one of those majors that you can earn a six-figure income right out of college, that does not mean it's going to be true for everyone. And when I say this, I don't really mean to shy anyone away from this coding space, but if you're worried that this major just isn't for you, there are plenty of other majors and career options out there that could be for you, especially different types of engineering majors. For example, I know that if I didn't choose software engineering, I would probably be into mechanical engineering engineering, or believe it or not, I'd actually do a marketing degree. So where I'm going with this is, don't think that computer science is the only major to get rich, because it's totally not. Another point that I want to touch on is that tech and this entire tech industry is such an umbrella term, and I don't think people recognize how many different positions that you can get as someone holding a computer science degree. So let's talk about some of the different roles in tech that you could be getting. For instance, we have the classic software engineering role, or we have another role which I'm interested in, which is full stack web development, or what myself and probably many other people thought computer science was cybersecurity. Or for the artistic people who got a degree in computer science, there's UI and UX design. And solely just for the nerds, we have IT. No, I'm just joking. The list honestly really does go on, but the point is, just do not limit yourself, because if you don't love coding or software development, but you still want to pursue a degree in computer science, there's plenty of other options that may align better with who you are as an individual. Now, what exactly is the big takeaway from this video? It's, at the end of the day, starting your computer science journey can feel overwhelming, but it's also one of the most rewarding things if it's the right fit for you. And remember, it's okay to feel lost, to take longer than others. I mean, look at me. I started my journey at 21. I'm now 23. There's a saying that I like to go by, and it's slow motion is better than no motion. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and comment. I'd love to hear about your own struggles or some advice that you might have for beginners. Drop it all down below. I'll be replying to all of the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.